Hey guys, it's Teacher. No, I'm kidding. It's just me, Way to Bill. But hey, I'm back teaching you guys a few things. So today we're going to be learning about those exact disorders that we discussed yesterday and what they include, and a few questions to ask yourself, kind of like a self-assessment to see where you stand with these disorders and symptoms, and just bringing awareness to it. So the first one we're going to talk about is anxiety disorder, which includes panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and phobias. So a few questions to ask yourself if you're curious to know if you suffer from anxiety disorder would be: do you worry about lots of different things? Do you have trouble controlling your worries? Do you get irritable and or easily annoyed when anxious? Does worry or anxiety make you feel fatigued or worn out? Does worry or anxiety interfere with falling and or staying asleep? So those just are a few questions to ask yourself if you're someone who think you may be suffering from anxiety. Depression. That includes bipolar disorder and other mood disorders. And a few questions to ask yourself about that would be: little interest or pleasures in doing things? Are you feeling down, depressed, or hopeless? Do you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep or sleeping too much? Feeling tired or having little energy? Poor appetite or overeating? And the most important one is feeling bad about yourself, or that you are a failure or have let yourself or your family down. So if you feel like any of those things I just mentioned, then yeah, it's time to raise a red flag on your depression side to your mental health. The next one is eating disorder, which consists of psychological conditions that cause unhealthy eating habits to develop. They might start with an obsession with food, body weight, or body shape. And a few questions to ask yourself if you think you're suffering with eating disorder would be: do you ever eat more food than a planned out meal? Do you find yourself eating large amounts of food when you aren't hungry? Do you experience feelings of shame or guilt about how much you eat? Do you hide your eating behaviors from loved ones? Be truthful. Do you struggle to control and how much you eat? So if you are suffering from anything within those questions, then now's the time to start looking into eating disorders. The next one is personality disorders, and that includes long-term patterns of behaviors and inner experiences that differ significantly from what is expected. So let me read it again. A long-term pattern of behaviors and inner experiences that differ significantly from what is expected. So a list of some of those questions are: have you had a sense of overwhelming emptiness or feeling hollow? Have you intentionally harmed yourself by cutting or suicide attempts? Have you been angry or irritable much of the time, or responded angrily to those close to you? Have you often felt detached from reality, like things are imaginary? Or have you found that you mistrust those around you? And that's personality disorder. So if you feel like you're someone suffering with personality disorder, those are definitely some of the questions you want to be truthful about when you answer. The next one is PTSD, which we know as post-traumatic stress disorder, which is a disorder in which a person has difficulty recovering after experiencing or witnessing a terrifying event. So some questions to ask yourself about that would be: have you had trouble focusing on things like reading, TV shows, or conversations? The memories of trauma come to your mind at the most unexpected times, like when you're not even thinking about stuff that's happened to you years and years ago, and it just pops up and have an effect on your physical well-being or your ability to concentrate or focus. That's trauma. That's PTSD. Another question is: parts of the traumatic events are hazy or difficult to remember. You've been avoiding things like places, people, or events that make you think about the trauma. I felt rushes of anger or irritability. So if you're experienced any of that, that's definitely PTSD, and you want to go ahead and start taking care of that now, because that can turn into a whole lot worse. You'll be stuck inside yourself. You don't want that. And the last one we're going to talk about is psychotic disorder, which includes schizophrenia, which is a disorder characterized by a disconnection from reality. So a few questions to ask yourself is, do you ever hear or see things that others cannot? Do you struggle to trust that what you are thinking is real? Do you get the sense that others are controlling your thoughts and your emotions? Do you struggle to keep up with daily living tasks such as showering, changing clothes, paying bills, cleaning, cooking, or etc., which is daily housework? Anything that you normally used to could do and you can't do right now, it's probably a psychotic disorder. Do you feel you have powers that others cannot understand? So if you're a person that are experiencing anything that I've listed on today's spiel about mental illnesses, then you definitely want to go ahead and start preparing yourself before it gets worse. Because if you combat it and catch it on the front end, you'll have a better reaction on the back end. And another thing is, don't be dishonest. Be truthful about what you're experiencing, whether you're taking these assessments by yourself, whether you're taking them with a professional, whether you're taking them with a family member. Be 100% honest with yourself and whoever you're taking the assessment with, because it can really benefit you and prevent a whole lot more than you can only even imagine what the outcome would be if you don't get the proper help or the right help or to the right place at the right time when you need it. So yeah, if you are a person that wants to go in and go take an assessment, you don't have to go in anybody's office. You can go do it free online. There are plenty of websites that offers mental health assessments. All you have to do is take the time out to take it, be truthful, and it just gives you an insight of where you stand mentally, where your head's at, where you're at physically, and you see what you need to work on, or you see what you need to get away from, or you just can get, advice or help onto how to handle certain situations, because these illnesses are way above us. These illnesses are way, way, way above us, and they're way more advanced than us, and we don't know anything about them. So the more we learn, the faster we learn it, the sooner we learn it, the better we can combat it. And that is our only concern, is if you're going to struggle mentally, then we want you to get the help that you need so you can get back on track. Everybody loves to be on track. Nobody loves to go downhill. And sometimes when we suffer things that we can't explain, we give up. But now is not the time to give up. Now is the time to get educated so that we can move on and keep going with our life. So it is my hope that you enjoyed today's lesson and take it serious. Take it serious. Take it serious. I'm pushing for you to take it serious. So yeah, if you enjoyed today, if you have any questions about today, I will be doing a Q&A after the video. Just send me any messages directly. If you don't want to post it on the wall, you can DM me and ask me anything you want to ask me. If anything you need help with, I'm going to try to find the help if I can't find it for myself. So yeah, guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.